It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
Welcome into the EP Podcast. My name is Chris Lanuti. A happy belated Father's Day to all the dads out there from a dad. A little different Father's Day for me as in previous years. It's interesting. Like when you have younger kids, you get a lot of number one dad hats, number one dad shirts, handmade cards. Sometimes they just forget about you, right? Like your Father's Day is cooking on the grill for everybody else. Like sometimes when they're little, you're lucky you get something. I have adult kids now. Like I have two of them that are, 20 and 18. I still got the little guy, but like two of them with jobs. I got good gifts this year. Like if you're a dad with young kids, hang in there, right? You collect all those mugs, put on the silly hat, the ugly tie every once in a while, show them you love it. But the good gifts are coming. I got a, if you're on the YouTube channel, I'll throw a picture of it up. I got like a piece of furniture essentially from my daughter for me to display all my records. My littlest guy got me this new White Sox hat. And then my 18-year-old went out and bought me a Munetaka Murakami White Sox jersey. Holy cow. I mean, I cleaned up on Father's Day. So again, young dads, hang in there, right? Wear the number one dad hat, get your number one dad shirt on, get yourself your number one dad mug out. You probably have 3 of them by now, depending on how many children you have and how long you've been a dad. But someday down the line, if you're lucky, you start getting good gifts, which was pretty cool. This episode of the EP Podcast brought to you by OSF Healthcare, OSF Little Company of Mary Medical Center. They are here for you. Your health, your happiness, your well-being are at the heart of everything they do. Count on OSF Healthcare to provide the care, comfort, and support you need, focused on you every step of the way. With access to technologically advanced healthcare solutions, they combine innovative treatments with compassionate care to help you achieve your best possible health. OSF Healthcare, OSF Little Company of Mary Medical Center, right here in the EP. This episode's a little different. I want to say it's by design, but it's really not by design. Look, it's midsummer. There's a lot of things coming up. Like the next episode or two may just be parade coverage and interviews that we get in and around the parade. That is coming up on Friday, the big parade down 95th Street, the fireworks afterwards. If you're paying attention, you will see me running around throughout the entire parade at different locations, filming and showing off everything. I cannot wait for it. Should be a blast. And I may even get out to the farmers market here on Thursday and do a little recording there as well. The problem has been every time I plan something outside, it pours rain. Like the amount of recordings that I've had that have been canceled because of rain. I was going to cover the Stingrays playing at Klein Park and put that on there. I was going to be like, oh, it's Father's Day. I'm out at the concerts in the park. This is going to be great. And then it just poured all day on Sunday, kind of like washed away my intended guest. And then I had a couple of guests that had to kind of reschedule. One of them because of the storms that came through and how the schedule changed so drastically. So today we're actually going to take a look back at the best stuff or some fun stuff that you may have missed in the first half of 2026 as we sit here right towards the end of June. We're right about the halfway mark. And then we've got all kinds of parade coverage and all kinds of events going on in Evergreen Park and all kinds of things. Some things I've already recorded, but I'm saving for the next couple of weeks. So there's plenty of show coming up for you. But today, we're going to take a look back. We're going to check out some stuff that we kind of enjoyed. The first group of guests, actually, brought to you by Porter Cullen's, who brings you the first guest on every episode of the EP Podcast. They offer traditional Irish cuisine, including the legendary corned beef egg rolls, Guinness battered fish and chips, an ongoing rotation of homemade daily soups, weekly sandwich and salad specials, and monthly food and drink pairings. From fresh fish tacos to mushroom ravioli, Porter Cullen's at 99th and Clifton Park has you covered. See more at portercullens.com. One of the interesting trends that has occurred on this show is that we have started to hang out at local places with the people that make this village run, whether it be the mayor, whether it be a couple of trustees. Here's some clips that we have from the first half of the year when we went visiting places in Evergreen Park.
The EP Podcast with Village Clerk Kelly Duffy, and we are at Mia Moore here in Evergreen Park. Why'd you pick this place? I got to ask you this right away. Like, is it because the mayor was just on from a local restaurant the last time? You're like, I want that too?
Well, you know what, the mayor and I both noticed Frank usually gets to go to a Spoken Vine.
Yeah.
And we were like, and we had a conversation. I was like, I want to go on location. And I just thought, hey, cool. And my husband laughed at me because I do love the show Check Please. So, so if you're familiar with that. But no, we love Mia Moore. My husband and I come here often. They have a great little bar. It's resident owned and great food, great, ambiance. And I love Spoken Vine too, but I thought
this place
you've never been here before,
listen, let me
right?
tell you something. I've been here. I've actually visited with Ramon a couple different times. He's got great drinks. I'm going to actually see if I can get my old-fashioned lit on fire now, if we could. They do a smoked old-fashioned here.
Yes.
And they will do it with just your old-fashioned recipe, but then you put mezcal, tequila in there. Now, I'm kind of a traditionalist when it comes to my old-fashioned.
I was going to say.
So when I come walking in here, the staff pretty much knows. Like, we'll keep the tequila out because he's a traditionalist with it. Look how pretty that is.
That
and
is
it smokes
pretty,
and everything.
thank you. I went with the Paloma.
Yeah?
Cheers, because I do love a nice tequila drink as well, but let me have a little taste here.
Yeah. I mean, in my youth,
Ooh,
in my youth,
and the tahine.
From time to time in my youth, I would enjoy a cigar with one of my friends. I don't do it that often anymore. Okay,
No.
And this whole idea of trying to live a little bit longer,
Right. Moderation.
But I do enjoy the smoked old fashioned. It reminds me of when I would have a drink with the cigar. It's my little reminder of it. That's why I kind of like
good memories.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
And you're having a Paloma?
I'm having a Paloma. The difference is when I come in here, Angie and Ramon never know what I'm going to order. So I like to try a lot of different things.
Listen, I'm going to let everybody in. The best part was, as we sat down, Ramon started listing drinks. And she's like, that one sounds good, but there's no way I'll be able to pronounce it the way you do on microphone. So give me a Paloma because I like those.
Yeah, I do love a Paloma. A margarita's delicious. There's a beautiful strawberry vodka drink that I can't pronounce, but I love it. But no, I mean, and Village Hall is closed for the day. It's a Wednesday,
yeah,
so
that's wonderful.
We're off duty, and nice little cocktail, and the food's amazing.
Yes,
I can't say enough about this place.
Yes.
I do love it here. So
I do enjoy coming in here myself. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with you. First of all, 1 year since the election, 3 years as village clerk. I remember when you started.
Yeah, about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. You were an appointee because there was an opening.
Yes. Kathy Powell retired after like 40 years.
Yes, and then you got in there, and I remember when I had you on the first time, you were going through the whole thing of you had learned a lot in what you were doing before you became village clerk.
Yes.
And then there was also the understanding of this is all the stuff the village clerk does, and now I would imagine at this point it's second nature for you. No?
I don't know if I'd say second nature, but I think I have a good system in place. I've learned to expect the unexpected,
right,
and to roll with the things. But it's an ongoing thing. It's continuing education as things change, not only in our village, but in general. Where we've gone to our utility billing, so you can pay your phone bill on the phone now. So different things I've tried to improve upon. Good foundation, I guess.
And there's a few things that you guys have done. I thought it was funny. You were telling me people are still walking in trying to get a vehicle sticker.
Yeah.
How long has that actually been done away with?
That has been done away with 3 years. So
how are people still showing up? Don't they remember last year they didn't need to get one?
You
don't need a vehicle sticker in Evergreen Park.
No vehicle stickers. I don't know if maybe they get a new car and they think, I need a new sticker, but
But those used to be something you renewed every year, right?
Oh yes. September was always vehicle stickers. Nobody was allowed to be off work.
Right.
It was all hands on deck. It was crazy. There was lines that we were conducting traffic in the foyer.
Yeah.
And now, no. I mean, it saves tons of money. So I don't miss it one bit.
Do you guys is there any way to still get the little green EP sticker?
Well,
I will tell a funny story here with you here. There was a point where you were doing something. I remember you and Mayor Burke came on the show, and you were doing a thing with the EP sticker, that classic square sticker with a little heart on it.
We did a little riff on the original,
which was awesome. And somebody contacted me. It might have been you, but I'm not sure. Somebody contacted me, and they said, "Hey, we want to use your symbol for the sticker." And I was like, "I stole that from you guys years ago.
Right?
That's your
the
symbol."
EP.
Yeah, I was like, I just kind of grabbed that and made it the podcast symbol. I was like, maybe somebody will complain and maybe they won't. And then you guys called me up, going, "Can we use it?" I'm like, "Yes, it's yours."
Well, and I remember having that conversation with someone. I was was like, we didn't give that away to him, did we? I was like, but we are EP. So.
I listen, I'm an old radio guy, and I learned a long time ago doing morning radio, you just ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
Yeah, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned that on a lot of fronts. So.
Okay, so Mayor Kelly Burke, how are you?
I'm great, and I'm glad we're at Spoken Vine. I just had to walk across the street from Village Hall instead of schlepping out to the Homemade Oak Bar.
Yeah, no, you get this. Before we even get started, I just want to let people in on something here. The mayor watches Frank Murray sit at this bar from the Evergreen Park Public Library once a month, and she keeps going to me like, when do I get to sit at the bar at Spoken Vine and have a little bit of wine and maybe get some of the carrots or something like that? And this was my response to it. We'll set up in the same spot.
That's right. Why does Frank get all the good vibes? So I'm happy. We're partaking.
There we go. We're partaking. We're hanging out here at this bar restaurant. And to be honest with you, this place it really is growing quickly. I'm sure you notice it. I mean, it started off in the section that we're in right now. And then they moved back a little bit. They opened up another area where they have the gaming room, and now they've opened up a third area where eventually the broadcast basement studios will be part of the third area back there. Plus, they'll be having private parties, and it keeps expanding. What do you think when you see a business that quickly? I mean, they've more than doubled their space in about a couple of years.
Well, I mean, I'm really proud of what Reed and Bridget have been able to achieve here. I'm a regular customer and really enjoy it, and having them expand to lunch hours has been great because it's I have done a couple work lunches here. I actually had Governor Pritzker's suburban outreach person out here to show her around, and
Governor looks like he eats. He might come here too.
The governor looks like the governor.
He looks like he would enjoy a meal here. That's
he
all
would
I'm
enjoy a meal here for sure.
And
his staff member enjoyed a great meal with myself and Clerk Duffy. But we're able. It's a wonderful place. The food is great. The atmosphere is fantastic. And Reed and Bridget and their staff have worked so hard to make this a success. But the community has responded and really supported them, which is what we need. And I think I'm a broken record on this, but if we want businesses to come and invest their money and their hard work here, we have to support them. And I think the community has really supported Spoken Vine and will continue to.
And one of the things the village did to support a lot of the restaurants, and I remember it happened coming out of COVID, it was the idea of we'll go with the video gaming machines to kind of boost them and give them a jump start. But you have a rule that I don't see in any other village or any other area around the south side when I go visit some other place. You have the keep it out of sight of the kids. Have a divider up. And you really don't, they don't invade the space. And now years after the village started doing this and giving out these licenses, it seems to me like it helps. It sets a base. It helps these places get off the ground. It was one of the things that was just added in here to Spoken Vine recently is the idea of doing that. How do you feel that program has worked out?
I think we've struck the right balance. The village, as you say, did not allow video gaming for a long time. It was something that our existing bars and restaurants came to us and said, it's putting us, first of all, at a competitive disadvantage.
Well, people will leave because they're going to a machine someplace else.
And also, there's a lot of slow times in the restaurant and bar business, the winter times, things like that. And they said this helps us keep the door open. But what we didn't want were just strictly the gaming cafes. If other towns want them, that's great. But that's just not what we wanted in town. We didn't want to make the gaming cafes the primary point of the business. Having it ancillary to and sort of tucked away in its own space really has seemed to work out.
Awesome. So we talk about this business here.
Yeah.
There's several other ones that are thriving along 95th Street, but one of the things that I've also seen is some for sale signs on some of the businesses, or some of the buildings have for sale signs. You've got a couple places that have closed recently. Where is 95th Street right now? How do you feel about it, and are there potential businesses getting ready to move in?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's a long, busy street with a lot of different individual properties. So there's always going to be flux. There's always going to be people coming and going, businesses coming and going. And so if you start on the east end, we've had some changeover there we have the former Office Max building. So
I drove to it the other day because I didn't realize it was closed.
And
I'm like, I host the EP podcast. I should know this is closed. I drove over there to go get some stuff. I'm like, it's closed. I didn't even realize it had happened.
So, Little Company bought that property. OSF bought that property, and I was just at a meeting with the administration over at OCF the other day, and they said their intention is to keep the building up and renovate it for some physician offices and physical therapy.
Life changes fast. Is your life insurance keeping up? Choose Samantha Ingalls from Country Insurance, because whether you have life insurance now or this is all new to you, the right life insurance will help you feel protected with a monthly premium that won't shrink your wallet. Samantha is your local agent. Choose life insurance with her that does more to protect you along the way. Call Samantha at 773-937-2024 to get a quote today. Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. It is now time for your repeat podcast, Word on the Street, brought to you by Spoken Vine Wine Bar and Bottle Shop, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. They have big plans for the parade coming up on Friday. Make sure you stop by their location. They're right there on the route. Going to be one of the good places to enjoy the parade over by Spoken Vine. Check out their menu, lunch, dinner, wine selection, wine club activities, tastings, so much going on. See it all at SpokenVineWines.com. The Independence Day Parade happening June 26th, this Friday, 6:30 p.m., and then fireworks at Duffy Park at dusk. Okay, parade kicks off at 95th and Springfield. If you are just to the south of 95th there along Springfield, that's where they all set up. It's kind of a cool thing to watch. They're all set up in the neighborhood there. Neighbors come out, hang out, and just kind of like check out all the floats before they even get going. Then it's going to go down 95th, of course, east till it gets to Richmond. Then it makes a left and heads north to 91st Street. That's also a really fun part of the parade. I've been in the parade several years, ridden along on some of the floats. You get into that, it's a very narrow street, very neighborhood. It's a very different parade at the very end than it is for the majority of it when you're on 95th and there's these massive crowds with the kids out there and the candy and all the bands and everything else like that. Should be a great day. Let's hope for really good weather. It has been rainy lately, but hopefully on Friday, 6:30 when this kicks off, we will have a great Independence Day parade. You can show your support of the annual Independence Day Parade and fireworks with an exclusive limited edition t-shirt that is now available at Village Hall, 9418 South Kedzie. It's $20 a piece while supplies last, and all the proceeds go towards paying for the parade and the fireworks, and you get a really cool shirt out of it. It is a specific Evergreen Park Independence Day Parade shirt. As far as the storms, remember they came through here. I gotta tell you, still, I drive through other suburbs. They still have trees down across sidewalks. Evergreen Park's doing a pretty good job. Work continues right now. They are continuing to remove all the brush. They still have crews out working on things. Don't worry. Residents are asked to move any brush from their yards to the curb as soon as possible. Crews passing through each quadrant multiple times to ensure they collect it. They put it in the wood chipper. They get rid of all that stuff. Report any limbs in alleys that are off of trees to the street department, 708-422-1551. The farmers market going on at Yukich Field, 89th and Kedzie, open every Thursday, 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., all the way through the end of October. Kids can stop by between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. to make wind spinner crafts. The market brought to you by the Office of Citizen Services. I will be out there, hopefully on Thursday. If weather's permitting, I'm hoping to make a stop by so I may see you there as well. There's all kinds of things that go on in Evergreen Park. There's all kinds of clubs. There's a youth department that we were fortunate enough to kind of feature If you watch the video on YouTube or if you're watching the Facebook feed, it kind of showed off some of the things that they're doing in this next segment, but we will continue until the end here. And I might even throw in a really good interview that I got with a local celebrity to the end here with the best so far of 2026 here on the EP Podcast. The EP.
All right, a really cool segment today. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. Pyeisha Allen is with me from the youth department, and we are at, is this called the Youth Center, Pyeisha? What is this?
This is called the Youth Center Game Room, Chris.
A Youth Center Game Room, okay? So this is over at the Community Center, 3450 West 97th Street, okay, right near where Klein Park is, in one of the main hubs of Evergreen Park. And it's interesting, you come walking down here, these facilities kind of sneak up on you a little bit. You don't realize till you walk in the building. There's so much going on here. We're gonna take a look at this facility. We're gonna take a look at some things you got going on at the Maplewell Center. We're gonna talk about things going on with the youth department. But first, explain this: the kids. How do they get here? How do they get to be a part of it? What do they have to do, or what do the parents have to do so they can enjoy this?
Okay, so our Youth Center Game Room is open to all of our residents. All you have to do is fill out an emergency form. The parent would need to fill out an emergency form for the student to be able to participate in here. It's very simple. We do advertise it quite a bit.
What hours are they? Is it every day? Is it just weekdays? What are we looking at?
We're usually Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, but we do have extended hours if they're out of school early or they don't have school. We'll open a little bit earlier. In the summer, we have extended hours as well.
That's awesome. Take me around this room because you have so many different things going on. What is the most popular thing in the youth department or in the youth center?
If you're asking me, everything is popular in our youth center. The kids love it all.
That's funny.
I'm here every day, all day. We do get a lot of visitors, but I'm here all day.
What do you play with?
Them.
What do you play with in the youth center? Like, do you play? Are you a ping pong? Are you an air hockey? Are you playing pool? Like, what are you on Neo Geo over there? I haven't seen a Neo Geo since I was like 12. Like, I don't know where that came from. That's insane to me.
So I play whatever the kids ask me to play. So if they challenge me, Miss Pyeisha, do you want to play ping pong? How about you want to play a video game with me? It just depends on what they want to do.
What are you good at? What do they not want to? Is it NBA Jam?
I can't give
Are you
away
heating
all
up?
of my secrets.
No? I mean, like, seriously, is that what it is? Like, there's got to be something you're super good at. Like, there's something where they challenge you and you go, oh, I'm taking somebody to school.
Maybe ping pong.
Ping pong. There you go. Yeah, these kids don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's buttons and joysticks, and you're like, I'm going to beat you at an actual sport.
Yeah, I like to move around,
right.
stay busy, stay moving.
Right, that's awesome. Okay, so besides the ping pong table, which we have over here to our left, you have a bunch of arcade games. Where do these come from? Because I know that collectors will grab arcade games, these stand-up arcade games, but like, is this like something that's budgeted? Is this something that's donated? Where does this come from?
So I believe originally the 4 arcade games right there, they were donated.
Okay. You got Miss Pac-Man, I see, as well.
That's a new one.
Okay.
We've had fundraisers through our Oktoberfest participation, and we were able to purchase Miss Pac-Man. That actually was a request from the kids. So it was exciting when we were able to transition to get the Pac-Man machine in the youth center. It was a big deal.
What is the thing in here that makes you the most nervous? Is it air hockey? Because I have pinched my fingers many a time playing air hockey. You get a kid puts their hand down there, and wham, it goes right. And that's a life's lesson. You realize not to do that anymore. But what makes you most nervous in here?
I'm going to say Papa Shot basketball, Chris.
Is that right?
Sure.
All right, take me through this. You got 2-on-2, or you got two can go head to head to try to beat each other. They're really close to each other. Are they bodying each other, like trying to put them up? Is there a little pushing, a little shoving, a little slapping at the basketball?
I'm going to just say our students have earned all of the basketball rules that's on the wall. They've earned those.
Oh, there's a lot of rules on that wall. There's a lot of... No dunking? I'm sorry. You had to write no dunking on Papa Shot basketball? Who jumped into the hoop? That actually happened?
All of those rules have actually happened. So we have a high list of expectations for Papa Shot basketball.
Hold on, let me get this
Prioritizing
straight.
the student safety.
There's absolutely no... Who would even think I can make that and not fall through it? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we have to prioritize the student safety, so no dunking on Papa Shot. That's why we offer open gym basketball, Chris.
Yes, you do have open gym basketball. Before we go around the rest of the room, I got to see open gym volleyball recently. Now, that's over at the Maplewell Center, and man, that was they were having a good time. I mean, I'll show some footage up here, but they were having a great time while they were out there. You were over there having a good time. So you don't always hang out here. Take me through what's going on over there.
So at the Maple Wall Center, we have open gym basketball, volleyball. That's just a big gym where we can have an array of programming. So right now, we offer open gym basketball and volleyball over there.
Yeah. And what is it? That's a fee, right, to get in there?
So that's $5 entry. It's
Right.
open different ages, different days, different groups. So for volleyball, it's open to students 10 to 17.
Okay.
And it's Tuesday nights at the Maple Wall Center. All of our open gyms, there's a $5 entry. And to participate in open gym, the parents have to fill out an emergency form.
Your Olympic gold medalist, Abbey Murphy, on the line. How are you, Abbey?
Well, I've never been better, Chris. You know, it's been a crazy couple weeks, so thanks for having me.
Are you just like right now on cloud nine? Is it like, I mean, when do you come down from something like this? Because, you know, I replayed it on the last episode of the EP podcast, the first time that you were on this show. And I said, I want to grab some of that audio and just play it for people because it's 2020. It's right before COVID hits. You're still in high school at Mother McCauley. You just won an under 18 gold and you're talking about your long-term goals. And it's the Olympics, and it's winning a gold, and it's and you even kind of make fun of the fact you like beating the Canadian team, and look at it all come together 6 years later. I would imagine at this point it's almost like a dream.
Yeah, you can't put it any better than that. A dream, you know, it's something that you dream about when you're a little kid, and all the work you put in, and the people supporting you along the way. So, yeah, I mean, incredibly special from where it all started. So. Yeah, way back then, that's crazy, but we did it, dude, and it's never felt better doing it with this group. Like I said, having my family here in Italy and the support back from Evergreen Park and everyone going crazy. So incredible honor representing our country.
Yeah, something I don't know how much you know about it, but there are Olympic flags, USA Olympic flags with the rings up and down 95th, up and down Kedzie. There are banners at City Hall. There are banners at the Dan Capuano ice rink. There are banners in people's front yards here. They haven't put them away yet. I know you went back to the University of Minnesota. You got playoffs coming up. You got to get back to your studies. It hasn't stopped yet. I think everybody else is still celebrating it too.
Yeah, it tells you a lot about a small little town on the south side of Chicago, you know, how close knitted we are, how tight we are. And you see everyone come together for something like this, supporting a small town kid. So, but yeah, I mean, it all started at the Dan Capuano rink. How cool is that? You know, super special doing it for him, you know. But yeah, everyone just kind of having their stuff up, supporting us, supporting me and my family has just been the most amazing journey. And I mean, I can't wait to come home and celebrate with everyone, show them the medal. And obviously, I think my first stop in is going to be Baracos.
Well, here, I'll tell you a story here. I told it a little bit on the show last week, but everybody's going to have to listen to it again because you haven't heard it yet. You're in that gold medal game, and it goes to overtime. And it goes to overtime, and you don't realize this with the time change. You're not thinking about this. It goes to overtime as school is ending here in Evergreen Park.
Yeah.
So you went to Most Holy Redeemer. They're all watching it in their classrooms, and now they're kicking them out. And these kids want to see the result, and the parents have to leave. They have to leave wherever they're watching it at, and they have to run and grab the kids in a very short amount of time and then make it back. So I pull up to the school, Baracos, as you just mentioned. It's so packed, they're out on the sidewalk looking through the windows, and the parking lot for Redeemer is so packed you can't even get into it. And my kid comes running up. He just jumps in the car. He's 10 years old. He jumps in the car. He's like, "Go, Dad," because he wants to see it. And as you drive through the neighborhood, all these kids, and they're all wearing like their Redeemer colors and USA colors. I think they were allowed to dress up for the final game. They're running down the street trying to make it home desperately to see overtime. We literally got home 10 seconds before Megan Keller buries that goal. It was that close to us missing it. And that was the scene. Parents speeding through the neighborhood, kids running down the street. It was chaos. And I just want to know, what do you think about that? Can you even picture that and imagine what that would have been like as a kid watching another person from Evergreen Park go for gold?
Yeah, listen, I mean, I'm just glad everyone stayed safe during that chaotic moment. You know, we know our people, how we drive, how chaotic it can be. But listen, I mean, that's the coolest thing. It's so special. I mean, even the kids, rushing out, having something to look forward to, something that they can kind of dream on and achieve their dreams here in the future. But, I can picture in my head how special it is and everyone wanting to get back to it. It's just cool to me how special it is for everyone, not just me. Everyone's kind of along with this journey with me and my family. So it's not just my gold medal, it's everyone's that I share it with. So, but yeah, without the support of everyone, this dream could not be complete.
Yeah, and I think I drove by Mother McCauley 10 minutes later. They already had the graphic up of you on the board and that you were a gold medal winner. And, talk about moments. First of all, I keep bringing it up to people. Maybe you'd be embarrassed by this. You almost won that thing with 9 seconds left. That would have been insane. But I mean, they even said it on the broadcast, Abby Murphy almost wins this game with 9 seconds left there. And they kept replaying that. What did you think right there at the very end? How much of a chance do you think you had at that?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, you get down to that little time of the game, everyone's going to put their body on the line. So they had a nice little block, a kind of group of people in front of the net. So how fun would that have been? But yeah, I couldn't even imagine how loud it was during that opportunity. But yeah, just so special. I was getting videos and stuff from Holy Redeemer of kids in the gym chanting USA. But I could feel the support from home for sure. That's
awesome. And you're the first person to get to Megan Keller. I think you're coming on the ice there. And so to take me through that moment, because you are probably laser focused on, all right, we've got a break. I'm coming on. You're preparing. And then must be a moment where, I don't know, do you see it go in? Do you just see her gloves come off? Is it the crowd reaction? How do you realize you just won a gold medal?
Yeah, it was the most surreal moment ever. Obviously getting out there, and then I saw Meg kind of dangle her. I already had my helmet ready to throw it off, and then I saw the ref kind of make the signal of a goal. So my helmet, I think, was off faster than Meg even celebrated. So, but that was so cool, kind of being the first couple in there in that pile. It was just such an electric moment for her, for our team, for our goalie who put on a hell of a show that entire tournament. Both of our goalies, So
there's a great picture. I'm sure you've seen it of you kissing her on the forehead in the net.
Yeah, we love that girl. She's a brick wall, and she put her body on the line whenever she could. So she's full of heart when she plays that game. So she was an incredible player the entire tournament. So props to her.
So I don't know if do you look at social media? Do you read what people say about you? Because during the first game against Canada, they didn't like you very much. I actually read some of it on one of the shows and just kind of pointing out there was a lot of anti Abby Murphy from the Canadian Twitter. They were pretty frustrated with you. And then I watched some podcast. It was a Canadian hockey podcast, and the two women on it said Abby Murphy's the new prime minister of Canada because she owns us. And that was after the first game. Do you see any of that stuff as you're out there and the reaction you're getting?
A little bit, but when you're at such a high level in games like this, tournaments like this, you can't even focus on that stuff. I'll tell you one thing, I've been hated Canada's hated me for a long time coming. So there was no surprise here. A lot of people like to say that I live rent free in their heads, which is an honor. I mean, how cool is that to just kind of be their main focus and stuff like that. So, but I mean, yeah, you can't pay much attention to it. It's all BS sometimes. So our team was just focused on our goal and winning a gold medal. And look at that. We came back with it.
All right. So I did also notice that the men's team won gold. First of all, both finishes in overtime, both of them over Canada, both of them incredibly special, both of them a range of emotions. And I saw a video the other night of Jack Hughes, who hits that game-winning goal, being honored before a New Jersey Devils game. And there were two things that stood out to me. They're trying to just honor him. He goes and grabs one of his teammates who he has to go off and face off against from the Buffalo Sabres that night. And then when he says thank you and he talks about the accomplishment, he literally says the men and women's team winning gold. He did not just talk about himself. He did not just talk about the men's team. Here he is in the middle of that moment, and he wanted to make sure you guys got the same recognition on the ice while he's in his Devils jersey and everybody's chanting USA. You guys spent a lot of time with that team. They're all NHL stars, And we half of your team, or a good portion of your team, still in college. What is the dynamic like? How much did you interact with them? What was it like living in the same building and being around each other?
For sure. Jack Hughes is a high level athlete. He's a great guy who obviously, he puts on a show out there, and hearing that was really cool. I mean, that entire men's team, we look up to them, some of them are my favorite players to watch here in the NHL. So, but yeah, to be able to complete history with them is an honor. They were an amazing team too, who came out golden in over 45 years. I think it was 46 years, but they had the team to do it. It's so cool, kind of running into them in the village and running into them in the dining hall when it was 3:30 a.m. and everyone's got beers in their hand. It was just an electric feeling, just kind of binding together in that moment and sharing history together. So we're incredibly lucky with both groups, men's and women's, but we're obviously going to remember this one forever.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.